This WAFL Colts broadcast is brought to you by Electrical Group Training. Considering a career as an electrician, visit egt.net.au to start your journey. Amy, when the bounce serves you a clanger, lucky you're with Amy. And Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes.
Good morning and welcome to today's broadcast of the EGT WAFL Colts. It's a beautiful day for footy. We are live here at Revo Fitness Stadium for this contest between the Claremont Tigers and the Perth Demons, the home side. These fancied young Tigers, you'd have to say, are heavy favourites in this hit-out. They sit second on the ladder, 7 wins, 1 loss, and they have gone 5 victories in a row, absolutely red-hot form. The visitors, on the other hand, the Colts of these young Perth Demons, have not been so fortunate this season. They are at the very bottom of the table with 2 wins, 6 losses. The last time these two sides faced each other was round 6, and Claremont won by 63 points. And Noah Braun, if you keep an eye on the man in the number 4 for the Claremont Tigers, you'll see him running around, I have no doubt. Their star midfielder and son of West Coast Eagles premiership legend Michael Braun, if you don't mind, collected, and strap yourself in for this, he collected 50 disposals and kicked 2 goals with 6 cheeky tackles in there as well. I'm not sure if he'll get to those lofty statistical heights today. He's also been named as an emergency in the state under-18 side that he's playing today. I don't believe he's gotten the call-up as of yet, but we're here. It's a beautiful day for football. Slight bit of cloud cover here in Claremont. You see the lovely yellow sash on the jerseys of these Tigers, and they have been in red-hot form, as we've said. But these are the games where you get a bit of disruption to these lists when you've got a couple of boys getting called up to under-18 level. Maybe you've got a couple of guys going in and out of the resis as well, where you don't have that stability in the lineup, and we could be on for a bit of an upset here. These young Perth Demons will be backing themselves in. Coach Steve Chapman will have an up and about, absolutely for sure, as we see the umps getting out in the middle, doing their last little team meetings as the respective goal umpires walk their way to each end of the field. And what a ground this is, Revo Fitness Stadium. How much would one of those apartments cost in the back there? You just sit out with a cuppa, watch the footy on the balcony. What a life it must be. But we are in the booth this afternoon. My name is Ben Henry. It's a pleasure to have your company here on the call for the Electrical Group Training WAFL Colts season. It's round 10, and we should be set for an absolute cracker this morning. Siren sounds at the ground. Not a lot of rain forecast. There might be a bit of a light drizzle, according to the various apps, but, you know, we can only trust them as far as we can throw them. It says 30% chance of participation on mine, precipitation rather. So maybe there's a little bit of dew underfoot in the morning. We are getting into this colder patch of weather across the Perth metro area, but not a blade of grass out of place on the beautiful turf here at Revo. They do a wonderful job here, the ground staff. Teams just exiting their huddles now, and will be set for the first bounce very, very shortly. Now, Perth break out of the huddles first, and they're just going into their respective line, little meetings with the boys. Forwards are having their little meeting of 6. Backs and mids, of course. And that's something the 6-6-6 rule does actually encourage a little bit more. You do separate into your lines earlier because physically you do have to be separated in each line of the ground. We see the Perth Demons coming in across your screen now. 25 minutes on the clock for this quarter. Absolute pleasure to have your company on this beautiful Saturday morning. We see in the ruck there, Greg O'Connor, I believe, is going to have this first hit out, number 40 there for Perth Demons. On the wing in front of us there is Kane Darmody in the 52. Got a lot of pace, that young man. Also in the mid, we've got Kyle Inferreira in the number 28. Nice little show of sportsmanship with the handshake at the bottom of your screen, with Zave Parker on the opposing wing for Claremont. And here come the Tigers midfields, meeting their respective opponents. Jesse Owens, I believe, has got the ruck duties there for Claremont. In the guts, we also see Sam Gallagher. And there's that man, Noah Braun, in the number 4, left of the centre circle. Keep an eye on him. I have a serious feeling there's going to be a bit of leather poisoning. First tap was a crafty one from Greg O'Connor. Little handball out, but got Gunton into trouble. He's still chasing it there, the big mucker and Greg O'Connor. Well done, Greg O'Connor. Got the handball out and started the chain. Ferreira outletted his teammate. Sends it towards the edge of attacking 50. And the first inside 50 to the right of your screen goes to Perth. It's a foot race. There's about 5 bodies chasing after this one. Hills picks it up and takes it over the line for a boundary throw-in. So early territory dominance. That's a nice little win here. They're going to have to take this territory when they can. The metres gained, Perth. This is a very clean, skilled Claremont outfit that can hurt you on the rebound when it goes up the other end to the left of your screen. Falling over was Clark. Took a bit of a soccer over the line, and it's ushered out of there by Ferreira yet again. He gets a high five from Darmody. So no one really getting hands on the footy for Claremont yet. Yet again, some early wins for the boys in the red and black. Beautiful peach of a throw in for the umpire. The big boys go at it. Edge low. Couldn't take the footy cleanly. Now Clark. Little chiseler inside 50. Goes towards the top of the hot spot. On hands and knees, Giltrow. Lots of lads around this football, and they have a cuddle, and the ump says, give it to me. So again, stoppages in their D50. Let's see how Claremont respond there. There's Elijah Williams going back to that full-back position. He's the loose man in the number 5 in the goal square. Good little pick up to get it out of there, but the kick was a Barry Crocker from Toby Hewitt. It only goes as far as Ferreira. Ferreira got it out to Gunton, top of the hot spot there. He might have to usher it over the line here, Williams. It is rushed through off hands for the first score of this game, and it is a minor. So kick-outs, you'd expect a fair few of them to be taken by Elijah Williams, the big full-back today. Got the ball in hand at the moment. Opts to go short. And now they work it out by hand, looking for Braun, but that was not a good handball, picked off by Gunton. The shot on goal from Clark, and the first one goes to Perth. Jaden Clark with a lovely little dribbler, just trickling over the line, and they are off and running, these Perth Demons. There you see, they put Noah Braun under a lot of pressure, and just a little skitty grubber gets it over the line. And the perfect start for these young Perth Demons. So we go back to the middle. 1-1-7, the goal from Clark. Plays zip. Yet to score and yet to really get their hands on the football here, Claremont. They've come to play, these Demons. They are chasing this upset. Big Greg O'Connor takes it in the ruck, and we'll have a repeat effort at this hit out from both big boys there. It's Bedbrook in the ruck now for Claremont. The clearing snap, edge low. Puts it out towards the far side wing. Running onto it is Kobe Ryan. Big high ball inside 50. Couple of boys underneath this one. It clean bowls everybody and goes to the back of the pack. The handball was a bit errant from Prentice. And they're under pressure again here, Claremont. Dennis. Yet again out to the far side wing. Now, can they hold on to the football here, Claremont? They can. It's a nice mark from Edwards. So Edwards between wing and the half-back position on the far side. That's a beautiful smother. Great work on the mark. Who says you can't defend with the stand rule? Working in busy fashion. Campbell Brown. Handball over the top, 1-2 with Barr. They send it inside 50 yet again, the Perth Demons. Doyle for Claremont, however, intercepts it off the ground. And a nice intercept mark there, just on the edge of his 50. Ferreira. Does he have the distance? Kyle Ferreira! Well done. Excellent goal. He backed himself in to wheel around. And Ferreira slotted his first of the day. And a lovely right foot just wheeled around on the correct angle and used his distance. And 2-1-13 plays 0-0-0. So Claremont again, yet to enter their half of the ground even. 2 goals, 113, plays 0-0-0. The most they've manufactured is a mark off of the halfback/wing area, which was immediately smothered and turned over into a goal. Big boys go at it again. An inventive hit out behind him, Bedbrook. Now Braun, they begin to work with their first proper clearance at inside 50 of the game. Bedbrook sends it up to centre half forward. The shot on goal is there. It was taken by Edwards, and it was nearly socket through Zach Armstrong. It'll go through for their first score of the afternoon, Claremont. It's a behind. A kick out now from Carls. Now Richardson. Trapped in the pocket. We get a first look at how Claremont are going to set up this forward half defensive zone. Flying over the pack but couldn't take the intercept mark, Harry Prentice. Little handball out, but they're under all sorts of pressure here. Great tackle, Mason Barr. The ball spills out, however. There's Braun. Tries to sell a bit of candy. Run down, Finn Gunton. These Perth boys are not giving them an inch with the football. The pressure is exquisite, although the kick not so much. Ricochets off of a set of hands, but they still come out with possession under pressure though. Harvey Bowe couldn't tackle it. Finn Gunton, little handball to Edgelow. Edgelow just spanks it on the boot. Not a very nice kick. Toby Hewitt takes the mark at half back for Claremont, and they work the switch to the opposing side. Has a bit of a run with it, Doyle. To a one-on-one further down the wing. Has to work for it. The big man Christensen, that will not be a lasso free kick. It'll be a boundary throw in. Just got some hands to it before it crossed the line. Reagan Christensen, expect him to have a ruck hit out or two today if they need him to. He's a big body, Christensen. And a name you see a fair bit of these days with the young fellas, Reagan. Back in fashion among Gen Z boys, I reckon. Or their parents, rather. Gunton got the handball out to Kabelka. Goes inside 50 yet again. They're just peppering him here, the Demons. Got a bit of pace. Does Barr. Wrapped him up in the tackle, Mason Barr. That might be holding the football. Advantage taken. Tyrone Hart slots a sausage roll. Active in a crumbing situation is Tyrone Hart. You've got to look out for him whenever this ball hits the deck, whether it's a tackle or spilling off of the mark. He's there front and square. Left foot sausage. And these Perth Demon Colts, they are turning it on early here at Revo Fitness Stadium. If you're just joining us here, wherever you're watching from or whenever you're watching from, if you're watching in the future on the live stream archival footage, welcome. My name is Ben Henry. It's a pleasure to have your company here on the call. So goals to Clark, Hart and Inferreira. 3-1-19 plays 0-1-1. We go back to the middle. Dunlop is now taking the ruck duties for Perth. Tackle on the far side wing. Kabelka may have copped one high. I think he has. The umpire spotted the arm just venture above the clavicle. Nice little left footer inside 50, but the ball was contested well by Claremont, but they're still under the pump here, trying to lay the tackle and just stop it getting in there again with Sam Gallagher. Wraps him up and we'll have a ball up about 65 metres out from Perth's attacking goal. Nice little tap out from Claremont there, but in heavy traffic at the bottom of the pack there, Edgelow. Got a man in a headlock. Kabelka was falling downwards. So that was Gallagher. Nice hit out over the top from Dunlop. And look at this chain of handball here from Perth. They send it inside 50. Working onto the edge of it under all sorts of pressure was Prentice. Keeping it in play though. Can they manufacture another shot here? It's a beautiful tap down to Aidan Clark. He's got no room at all to manoeuvre. And it's a high free kick. So another shot on goal coming here for Clark. This is for his second. He'll have to kick this from about 45 metres out on a tough angle. Not a lot of wind here to speak of. If anything, it's coming towards him slightly. Bit of a headwind for Clark. For 2 1/4, he has shanked it. Started right, never looked like even getting a minor score, but it does go through for a behind. And now Elijah Williams will take the kick out. So 3-2-20 plays a solitary behind. Opts to go long and high down the line, Williams. Excellent mark taken at the back of the pack, wasting no time here, Claremont. They know they've got to move the ball quickly. Spills out towards Doyle. Doyle sends it to the one-on-one. The big full forward sells a bit of candy. Blakeney. Blakeney goes into the pocket. It's a nice mark, Trovarello. So moving the ball quickly seems to have paid dividends here. They finally got a set shot on goal, albeit it's right in that right-hand pocket. Now, will Trovarello opt to go the snap, the banana, or a traditional drop punt? It looks like he doesn't quite want the shot. His eyes are darting a bit. I think he's shaping up for a drop punt here. The traditional style. And it doesn't go through the big sticks, just veering left. It's a difficult shot to get without opening up that angle. But I respect the traditionalist approach, as Richardson copped a face full of flag from our wonderful goal umpire. Handled it with class. Working it towards centre-half back now. Shocking kick out. Dennis couldn't take it cleanly. Now sending it inside 50 again is Elijah Dennis, but they've got good representation on the footy, Perth. Richardson parks himself underneath it and takes a chest mark. Goes short to South. South with a little worm burner. Kept it high for Workman. He had to pluck it out of mid-air with more vertical leap than he would have desired. So just opting to hold possession for a little bit here, Perth. Long down the line yet again, keeping it towards that left side of the ground slightly, but a nice little ricochet goes off the back of the pack straight to the hot spot. It's a foot race. Running onto it is Fulton. It'll be a boundary throw in. Couldn't get there in time. So possession at the moment, 62% in favour of Perth. Usually it takes a long time for a game to get that sort of discrepancy. Grabbed out of the ruck and an absolute flower bag. Would have been very handy goal from Greg O'Connor. Just came off the side of the boot and it was an ugly looking torpedo. That kick is not quite 15, but it is paid to Noah Braun. Opts to work a slow switch here back to Williams. He might go back to Braun. He's got him on short again if he wants him. No, back inside the corridor. McFarlane, now Braun again. Racking up a few touches off of half back. Had to absorb a bit of contact after the kick, which was long down the line. Great mark. Tracking back Bedbrook. So Bedbrook on true centre wing. Handball received to Braun. He's run down again. Same spot as before. They are all over Noah Braun like white on rice. Jaden Clark and his mate taking Braun out of the equation early. I think it was Sinclair that laid the final tackle, but it was a tandem effort. Kick left a bit to be desired, and that's a nice intercept mark. They get out of jail for now through Prentice. That might be flirting with the boundary line. No, there is a man on said boundary line. Giltro must have come straight off the bench, takes a mark in front of the interchange gate. So Giltro short, back inside the corridor. They're working these short leads now, just trying to find some metres gained. Owens. He's got a couple of men short, does choose to use them. Now Edwards. Looking at absolute peak hour traffic here. It's gridlock inside forward 50. Opts to send it to a 3-on-1. The one nearly came down with the ball. Handball over the top. The shot nearly comes from Giltro. He's run down and tackled. Now sprinting onto it is Sinclair. Nice little pick up off of the half volley. Left foot chiseler outside of the 50 to Brown. Campbell Brown, not that Campbell Brown, goes longer down the line. Can't find Fulton, and that will be a lasso. Our first of the day. Crack that whip, umpire. It's a beautiful hand gesture. Now Prentice. And not a good kick. Cleared his man over the head. And there's been just a few of those errant kicks here early on in this one. Boys still finding their touch. Nearly run down in the middle of the ground. True centre midfield. Pentony for Claremont. Another shocking kick and juggled out of there. They are getting away with absolute murder here at the moment, Claremont, with these missed kicks. Giltro in the middle. Just says, settle down, boys. Let's hit a target or two. He does just that, finding Trovarello. Trovarello wheels around, wastes no time going inside 50. Running onto this crumb is Ballard. Jared Ballard, unselfishly top of the square. Lovely mark, beautiful positioning. And that's unselfish footy from Claremont. And the shot on goal is going to be taken by Oscar Hams. So Hams with a little bit of a 45-degree angle here. For Claremont's first major of this contest. Oscar Hams on his home deck, in his home right pocket, puts it through, and they finally slot one, Claremont. As we see a replay of his set shot routine, it's good to have a bit of repetition in it. It's much like a golf swing, I always say. Just keep it in straight lines. Don't overcomplicate it. Just do your rhythm. Do whatever you need to do as a forward. Because those are the ones that can get you, the easy ones. 15, 20 metres odd out slide angle. When you've already mentally got it banked, you've still got to deliver. You've still got to hit that rhythm. So 3-2-20 plays 1-2-8. Getting further on into this opening term here at Revo Fitness Stadium. Umpire tosses it up and the big boys go at it. That's a lovely tap from Dylan Dunlop. And another clearance here from the Demons. Sending it towards the edge of the 50. There's Kobe Ryan laying a tackle. That might be holding the ball. Incorrect disposal. Kobe Ryan stayed active once the ball hit the deck and never really lost hold of the jersey, but did it in crafty fashion. And he's pointing to the hotspot. I think he's going to have a shot here, Kobe Ryan. He's backing himself in for the distance, and you know what? I'm backing him in here too. He's got a big leg, Kobe Ryan. We've seen this. He'll need to kick it from 55 out with a bit of change. Ryan wheels round. Doesn't quite have the journey, and it will go through for a minor score off hands. But still territory dominance here in the early stages of this one. Edwards sends it out to the wing. Mark taken. Now Claremont can just gather and see what they can salvage out of this opening term. It's been a blitz straight at them on all fronts. Prentice goes long, and it's a nice bit of pressure there from Tyrone Hart. Couldn't quite affect the spoil, but they are under all sorts of duress here at the minute. Good mark and a kick by Bedbrook towards the edge of the 50. Needed a bit of talk though, Claremont. They had two players underneath the football. Neither could communicate effectively to take the mark, and it is on here. Hart, little handball off to his teammate who sends it further inside 50. Good vision, just a bit too much on it for Jaden Clark. Gets it inside the field of play. It's nearly out on the full. I think it is out on the full. What's the umpire's call? No, he's called a mark. No, it is out of bounds on the full. Mason Barr took the chest mark just about a half metre outside that white line. And go long down the line here, Claremont, directly in front of our commentary position. Couldn't take the chest mark. Parker got the handball off, but still it goes yet again back inside attacking 50. But underneath the footy was Prentice. He's taken a few of those, Prentice. Just sitting that kick away from the play, setting himself up as most key defenders can do so well these days at any level. McFarlane takes a mark on the far side wing. Farland runs on. Nice bit of bodywork there, Edwards. Waste no time, sends it to the pocket. Excellent kick, and the mark's taken by Christensen. So Reagan Christensen is going to have a shot here. They've been working it towards this right pocket the last few entries inside forward 50, Claremont. This one's slightly further out, and I think Reagan's going to go the drop punt as well. Reagan Christensen, oh, he bamboozled them all. He bamboozled his own teammates even, but he didn't bamboozle Parker, who has a snap on goal. It's left. He had everybody fooled. No one was expecting the unselfish centering ball towards 15, 20 metres out inside the hotspot, and it goes through for a minor score. Out of bounds on the full, however. Unforced errors galore. And another shot on goal here for Claremont. It's Cooper Edwards in the opposing pocket, that left forward pocket. And he's in front, as you see on the top of the screen, a Claremont banner on one of those balconies. That's beautiful to see. Opens up the angle. Bangs it out right. Never looked like coming back, and that is out of bounds on the full. So Crowlick will bring it back in for Perth. Was coming around his mark. The umpire's lucky that he hasn't called that for a boundary throw in, actually. If you play on outside of your line and you are out of bounds during the play on, I think that should be a boundary throw in, but what do I know? Sending it further down the line now to a contest, and it will spill for another boundary throw in, escorted over by Zach Pentony. So 3-3-21 plays 1-3-9. They've clawed back a little bit of momentum here, Claremont, because it was complete one-way traffic earlier on in the quarter. They have managed a major and a couple more scoring opportunities. But the upset is absolutely on for Perth Demons at the moment. They are feeling it, these Colts boys. Inside the pack with a very inventive handball off the ground, Workman. He got it out to Edgelow. Just a cheeky snap down the line. Finds Kobe Ryan. Says, settle down, boys. We've got the siren coming our way shortly. Let's just control territory for a bit, and he does just that. Long and high towards the 50, off hands. Little handball came out from Darmody. Now a shot on goal. It's bouncing, it's bouncing, it's through! What a goal by Gunton. Took his man on. Straight over the goal umpire's head, Finn Gunton. Well played, son. And a perfect ending stage of the quarter here after Claremont were really edging it over towards the other end of the ground, getting a few more inside 50 shots on goal. Couldn't capitalise, but wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, up the other end. 4-3-27 plays 1-3-9. These Perth Demons boys, they have come to play. So the goal scorers so far, Clark, Gunton, Hart and Inferreira for Perth. The only goal scorer on the Claremont side of things is Hams. Back into the middle now. Braun lays a tackle. We haven't seen much of him this quarter, but that's a nice bit of play. Good run down again. Braun has been hammered every time he's come near the football by these Perth boys. They've got a directive to be physical with this son of a gun Braun, but they get an inside 50 here again, Claremont, and there's going to be a shot taken right on the paint of the 50, I reckon. But you see every time their star player, Noah Braun in the number 4, goes near the football, there is two Claremont jumpers, two Perth jumpers going gangbusters chasing that tackle or a big hit. So again, improving the angle slightly here for the shot on goal, but not improving the distance, it has to be said. The kick comes from about 45 metres out, and it goes through for a minor score. So again, there's a low percentage shots coming from Claremont. They're either deep in the pocket or too far out to be a genuine threat. If you're an XG merchant, I doubt it would be very high with the shots they are taking to get a bit of World Cup lingo in there for you. The mark's taken by Bedbrook, however, intercepted, sends it towards the hotspot again. That's looking a bit better for Claremont. The shot on goal is off to the left-hand side. I think that was Edwards with the snap. And another minor score for these Tigers. Kick out will be taken by Carls. And this may be the last kick of the term. Goes long and high. No funny business. There's the siren. So an intriguing first quarter and an upset could be brewing here at Revo Fitness Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. 4-3-27 plays 1-5-11. These Perth Demons Colts, bottom of the ladder. After 5 losses in a row, they are taking it to these Claremont Tigers.
Try to replace you.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell if you do.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
Every time I need a rescue, hanging on the verge of breakdown. Even though I try to replace you, but loneliness makes me break down. Every time I need a rescue, hanging on the verge of breakdown. Waiting for a touch, you say no day. Nothing could really take your place. Every time I need a rescue, hanging on the verge of breakdown. Even though I try to replace you, but loneliness makes me break down. Every time I need a rescue, hanging on the verge of breakdown. Waiting for a touch, you say no day. Nothing could really take your place.
Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my chance. Every Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Running through the last of my thoughts, standing on the edge of my time. Everything I know will be gone in a minute, and that's alright. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Alright, 'cause I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before. Yeah, baby, I'm free. I'm freer than I've ever been before.
Welcome back here to Revo Fitness Stadium for this EGT WAFL Colts contest between Claremont and Perth. If you're just joining us, the upset is brewing here for the Perth Demons. Bottom of the ladder, they've lost 5 in a row, but here they are. 4-3-27, plays 1-5-11, really dominating things in that opening term. Dominating territory, physically, they were all over these Claremont Tigers. The tackle count is 15-10 in favour of these plucky young Perth Demons, who are kicking to the left of your screen. We go back into the middle. The ruck's about to go at it. O'Connor got the tap, but it falconed his own teammate after that. Braun, they were setting upon him every time he got the ball in that opening term. Got an unconvincing high left foot kick up there. Kabelka lost it under his feet in the pack, found it again, shoveled it out, and a snap further down the line from Perth. Tapped out. Kobe Ryan tapped it to himself, as a matter of fact, and takes the mark. There's been a bit of contact, however. Claremont player looking a bit worse for wear. I think that's Williams. And he's being told to stand the mark. You do have to stand with the stand rule, even if you are injured and looking to get out of there, although maybe that was a bit of a crafty movement from Williams trying to manipulate the situation. But he is a bit sore holding the lower back there. Kobe Ryan juggled it, lost it, no matter. Kicks it towards the right forward pocket, and a nice intercept mark. Big, strong Charlie Bedbrook. Works it towards the fat side. Switch may be on here for the Tigers. Little kick over the top to Edwards. Waste no time further down the line. This is better from Claremont. Giltro. Nearly an inside 45 kick. Thought he was going further inboard than that, but a nice pick up off the deck, edge low. Under pressure now, and sending it over the boundary line is Cooper Edwards. Working his way into the game a bit more, a man in the number 3 for Claremont. Their midfield just couldn't really get going in that opening term, as there's a little bit of argy-bargy perhaps near the interchange bench. Nothing to write home about, but could be the start of something a bit more spicy as the game goes on and gets a bit more physical. Kick out of the pack, Gunton's was smothered. There's a few hip and shoulders off the ball. Handball comes out to Tyrone. He gets it over in Ferreira. Fed it out to Brown. Campbell Brown. Yes! Beautiful left foot kick. It was a bit of a right to left bender, just shaving the inside of the goalpost, or not shaving it, or it would have been a behind. It cleared the goalpost convincingly. Look at the curve on this kick as it just came back towards the end there. Well done, Campbell Brown. So the first major of this second term goes the way of Perth, and they are off to a dream start here in this contest. See, the wing matchup has been interesting all day, seeing who these boys are rotating through that near side. You can see Wybrow matching it up with Darmody. They'll run all day, those two boys. Umpire tosses it up, and here we go again. Hit out from Bedbrook. No one taking clean purchase of the footy, hatching it. Gunton. Out to Clark. Spins one way, then the other. Off the right foot, little 35-metre high bomb. There's a 2-on-2 there. Kobe Ryan crashed the pack. Handball was looking for Bin Swanee. He's been a bit quiet so far, Bin Swanee, but they send it forward again here, Perth. It's a race to see who can get onto this footy. Trying hard to get there with the soccer. Was that a soccer goal? Xavier Hills, I think it was. No, it's just touched on the line. He was feeling a bit of World Cup fever, perhaps, Xavier Hills, just trying to throw the boots at it. A la Hyun Min Son last night for Korea, although he did not manage to score a goal in that game, Hyun Min Son, but he's the only Korean player I can think of off the top of my head. There's been an infringement for a push in the middle of the ground. It'll be going the way of Claremont. They're just sorting out who the ball is going to. So opting to go a bit shorter. Not a great kick. Found the Claremont interception, the Perth interception rather. Was looking for Edwards but just didn't have the height. Now long ball down the line. Braun's underneath it. Didn't want to go back with the flight though, Braun. Sitting in the hole was Clark. They're appealing for a 50. The yells of 50 can be heard on your crowd mics there. Clark sends it up. Bin Swanee, or Williams rather. And Williams goes inside the guts. Put his teammate under all sorts of pressure. Fulton shoveling handball out to Ryan. Kobe Ryan with a little searching kick inside the pocket. He was looking for Brown. He wasn't there to be found. And that will be an out on the full. No need to do the lasso hand movement. It did not bounce before going out of the field of play. It will be taken by Kobe Ryan, bringing it back into play. About 70 metres out from his attacking goal for Perth. And again, the general back there, Harry Prentice, he's done that throughout this first half quite successfully, just sitting underneath that ball drop zone and intercept marking. Now Williams at centre half back. Feign the handball. Oh, and he's paid the 50, the umpire. He's paid the 50 for a stand rule violation after the faked handball from Williams caused the man on the mark to move. Now, call me old-fashioned, but I just think this rule should be out of the game. It's just not, it's the punishment of a 50-metre penalty for that, for just shuffling on the mark when you're trying to be active and defend. It's just against the spirit of the game. That's just my opinion. Moving on, we have an inside 50 here for Claremont up the other end. Handball's picked off. There's Perth Demons jumpers all over the ball carrier here, and they do work it out to their back pocket through Gunton. Gunton with the outlet kick. It was too far over his teammate's head. Short one looking for Braun. He finds him. Needs to get going, Braun. They need him to impact this game. Sends it up to the hot spot. It's a nice kick off hands. Looking for it, Edwards. Appealing for holding the ball, and it'll be a ball up. About 20 metres out from Claremont's attacking goal. They really need a major here to just get some scoreboard pressure. They've only kicked one for the morning. Soccer ring ball comes out. Edge low. Back towards the boundary line. It'll be another stoppage, but a few metres gained from the Perth side of things. But their back six has been holding up quite well in these situations, Perth. Umpire tosses it in. Big Greg O'Connor in the number 40. Got a bit of knee strapping there. Keep an eye on that. Over to edge low. Kick out from Workman. Was a worm burner that got smothered. Carls wrapped up in the tackle. And a few repeat stoppages here. Big Greg taps it down to Carls. Back to Big Greg. Spanks it down the line and makes it somebody else's problem. Over the top of the pack, Williams couldn't take the mark, but he had a fair fly at it. Harvey Bowe goes to the 2-on-2 down the line. Hart couldn't take the mark over the top, but he laid a pretty good tackle, holding the ball, Tyrone Hart. Well played. Beautiful left foot kick. It's an absolute laser. Finds Jaden Clark. Bit too far out to score. Looking for the short option in the pocket. Finds him. Isaac Fulton with a nice lead. So Fulton will take the kick from about 30 metres out, right on the boundary line. It'd be a difficult shot on goal. Taking his full 30 seconds here is Fulton. Goes long and high. Don't think it's on line. Couldn't take the mark underneath at Claremont at full back, but they handball it out through Doyle. Little handball receiver. Now they are out of trouble for the time being. Parking himself underneath the footy with courage. Jesse Owens couldn't take the mark. High tackle though. Free kick going the way of Perth. Carls looking for Ballard. Finds him with a chest mark. Right in front of our broadcast wing here. Doesn't like what he sees ahead of him, so he's just going to spank it up high towards the edge of the 50. Lots of bodies underneath that one. Handball came out from Bedbrook. Did well to find a target in that heavy traffic. Trovarello now. They're all yelling Trov, Trov, Trov. Doesn't go with anybody in particular. Just goes with the long one down the line. That's a great mark. Oscar Hams. Oh, it's been reversed for a push in the back, I believe. Yeah, pushed him out before it came down there. Oh, no, it's to a different Claremont player, in fact. So there was a bit of argy-bargy going on in that contest, but Christensen will take the free kick. Christensen goes short. Nice body work there in the contest from the Claremont player. Intercept taken by Blakeney. Been a bit quiet, Noah Blakely. Just goes laterally to Williams. He goes short. Kick was an absolute shocker. Only needed to be 15 metres to an unmarked man. Ferreira releases his teammate on the handball. They go inside 50 again, Perth. Looking for Tyrone at the bottom of the pack. He just got a little hand on Bin Swanee. Wraps him up. This is that pressure situation. He is hatching on it a bit there, Tyrone. Umpire spots that and does not pay the free kick. That was Williams underneath the pack that was tackled. In a bit of a size mismatch, it's got to be said. So no ruckman goes at it. The shot on goal, however, comes from Clark. It's smothered. Gets it again, though, Jaden Clark. Got all sorts of men near him for company. On the deck now, just trying to swat at it and get it out of there. They do, Claremont. High one down the line. There's no one underneath the football except Kabelka, who gets a front-on contact free kick. Will they pay advantage for Dunlop, who's had a shot on goal? They won't pay the advantage. So the free kick will be taken by Kabelka, 50 metres out. Don't think he's got the journey here. Expect he might put this up to the hotspot, Kabelka. Wheels round onto his preferred left foot. He has given it a fair ride here, but it does not go all the way. Little tap on the line there from Tyrone. Doesn't get there. The rush is through. I think he was under sufficient pressure, so the umpire won't pay a free kick there. Williams wastes no time on the kick out. Touched, however. He's not had a good kicking day so far, Williams. But they do work it out here, Claremont. Down the line, bit too much on it for Christensen. Under all sorts of bother. They are their own worst enemy at the moment here. They're the Tigers. These kicks just leaving a lot to be desired under really no pressure. Just 5 or 10 metres off or not making the distance. Somehow causing an intercept, an unforced error. Which is not what we're used to seeing from this Claremont outfit. Second on the ladder, been very clean skills all year. That's got to be a high tackle free kick, it is. Going the way of Wybrow. He works it out to Noah Braun. Really nullified his influence all game, have Perth, Noah Braun. You can tell it's been a directive from their coach, Steve Chapman, to really get after him. Last game against this mob, he got 50 disposals and 2 goals, did Michael Braun against Perth earlier on in the year, round 6. Another inside 50 here for Claremont. Maybe pushed underneath the footy, but perhaps not. Blakely is wrapped up in a tackle. We'll have a ball up about 25 metres from Claremont's attacking goal towards the right of your screen. tackle laid by Trovarello. So 5-5-35 plays 1-5-11, a handy 24-point margin in favour of these Perth Demons. The clearance comes from Dylan Dunlop in the ruck. Tackle laid by Clark. He's had a good game, Jaden Clark. 11 disposals. Leads all comers. Elijah Williams leads all comers for Claremont on 10. Another inside 50 for Claremont, sending it up high to the hot spot. Underneath the football, couldn't take it. Carls, but now the shot on goal is good. Finally, Claremont are back on the board with a major, and it's Jared Ballard working hard at ground level and finding the snap. There he is, front of the pack. Just gets the separation, finds the boot, and a much-needed major. 5-5-35, plays 2-5-17. It's their first goal of the second term here, Claremont. So back to the middle we go. Claremont finally with their second goal of this game. In the middle, tackle laid by Noah Braun. And a couple of repeat stoppages here. The big boys go at it. Tackled out to our man in the head strapping there. Tackle was laid by Hills. Shovels it out to Carls. And they're working it with a bit of a handball chain here. Harvey Bowe sends it inside 50 for Perth, all on his own. In the hot spot is Fulton. And Isaac Fulton, just like that, finds himself with a shot on goal. 15 metres out, dead in front. Got the better of his man, Bin Swanee. But not much you can do as the defender there when the service is that good coming out of the middle. Couple of quick handballs and all of a sudden it's coming at you a million miles an hour as a bat six. Hard to defend. Fulton makes no mistake. Straight over the goal umpire's head. It was all elementary for Isaac Fulton. So Fulton's kicked his first of the afternoon. No multiple goal scorers as of yet for Perth. They are sharing the load here. Brown, Clark, Fulton, Gunton, Hart and Inferreira, each with a major apiece. Ballard and Hams, the two goal scorers for the Tigers. 6-5-41 plays 2-5-17 here at Revo Fitness Stadium. Pleasure to have your company here on the call. My name is Ben Henry. With support from the lovely people at Front Row Screens, handling all of your production and technical needs on a broadcast like this one. They do a fantastic job. No real attempt at a hit out from either ruckman there. Bedbrook might have been held in the contest. No, advantage is going the way of Perth. No, it's been called back. Gunton just picking off a bit more than he could chew there. No one was really braced for what the free kick was or who it was to. Kick poor, intercepted by Braun at centre half back for Claremont. Braun goes short. Now Dennis yells to go from the bench. Go, 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 and they do just that, Claremont. They've got a couple of men running onto this one. Setting himself up for it is Edwards. Now it's a foot race. Trying to get there is Hams, but he's beaten by the boundary line, and Dominic Lohman was escorting it over. Happy to concede a stoppage deep in the right forward pocket for Claremont. So just under 7 minutes remaining in this half. Can Claremont wrestle back another goal here? Tap down from Hams. And another ball up. As you look at the bodies, the congestion here in this 50, it's going to be hard to find a bit of separation, a bit of movement. Tap down from Hams, looking for Blakeney. But Perth get it out of there through Bow. He was looking for Hills, couldn't find him. Under all sorts of pressure here. Williams finding himself in the forward line for a change. He's tackled by Clark. Probably best on ground so far, Jaden Clark, you might say. He's been dominating the disposals, been tackling well. Also got himself a goal. Contest right on the paint of the 50. Tap down came to Gallagher, who sent it further inside 50. Shot on goal with the snap coming from Edwards. Edwards. It's high. It's right. And goes through for a behind. So the kick out now from Perth, and I think they'll be happy to take this lead going into half-time. Perhaps there is a major left in this quarter, but they are in the driver's seat, the boys in the red and black. The kick is an absolute shocker. Got caught up in the wind a little bit. Bedbrook took the mark, the big man. Looking at gridlock ahead of him, just sends it long and high to the hot spot. Underneath it, his Hams couldn't take the mark. Little toe poke out of there in the direction of Blakeney. But Perth lived to fight another day, sending it up towards Fulton on the boundary line. He was tackled immediately as he got the footy. Not out of the woods yet. Again inside attacking 50. Hams couldn't take the mark. He was wrestled out by Richardson. Picked his pocket. Thought he had a certain mark inside 50. Apparently not. Charging on the near side wing is Sinclair. Beautiful kick down the line. Dropped under no sort of pressure. Now for Claremont, little handball over the top. Giltro. Inside 50 now, and there's been a whistle. Perhaps a downfield free kick. I think he might have been dispatched after he took the kick. Yes, it is downfield. So Tyson Edwards was hit after the fact, and now a shot on goal is coming from Blakeney. So Blakeney. He spotted a man short. It's a good lead. Fooled everyone. And the angle has not been improved, but now it has. Oh, very unselfish football from Claremont. Williams now. Bit indecisive, but it has improved from the original free kick position by about 15 metres directly in front now. He's not had a great kicking afternoon, or morning rather, so far, Williams. Been mainly playing as that key defender role. But can he make amends with an important set shot on goal for their third of this contest? Elijah Williams to square the ledger a little bit. Looks good off the boot. Looks fantastic. Williams has kicked his first. You can feel the pressure on this kick, much needed. They've been inaccurate field kicking wise and set shot wise. But Williams just with the little settler and a goal to the Tigers. 6-5-41 plays 3-6-24, and we've got a game on our hands, folks. Just under 3 minutes remaining in this term. There is time for another, perhaps. Into the middle we go again. Jaden Clark with the clearance. Picking his pocket there was Bin Swanee, although he lost it in the kerfuffle. There's been a throw paid. Correct call by the umpire. It was a little bit of a scoop out of there. Finn Gunton will take the free kick inside the centre square. Sends it to the true centre half forward position. Dunlop couldn't take the mark, but he's roved the crumbs by himself. Dunlop has a snap. It's smothered. There's Tyrone Hart, working hard at ground level. Handball came out of there looking for Edgelow. Shot on goal now from Inferreira. Inferreira does not make the distance. It'll be chest marked on the line. almost juggled over by McFarlane. So McFarlane at full-back. He sends it high, makes it somebody else's problem. Nearly a massive mark taken by Wybrow. He got up high, got a bit of step ladder action going. Goodness gracious me, that was a vertical leap, but they're working it out further down the line in the meantime, wasting no time. Hams, his kick was almost smothered. A lot of pressure put onto it off the mark. Couldn't take it in the air, Armstrong, and it's seen out over the line for a boundary throw-in. My goodness gracious me. What a mark that would have been, ladies and gentlemen. And a stop of play for something perhaps up the other end of the ground. Not sure what is the hold up here. Although players are looking towards the interchange bench here. I think a player might be going off the ground. Someone's been hurt behind the play, and perhaps a head knock coming off the ground. And that player is Christensen, the big man. Hope he's all right. Looks to be assisted by the staff there at Claremont. He's coming off the ground and looks to be just a bit shaken up, perhaps a head knock up the other end of the ground. So play to resume, but that might be all she wrote. Time for perhaps one final quick shot on goal for the Tigers. And I think that will be it as the tackle is laid. Siren goes, and an entertaining first half comes to a close here at Revo Fitness Stadium. 6-5-41, the Perth boys lead 3-6-24 against Claremont. An upset could be brewing. Goals to Inferreira, Hart, Gunton, Fulton, Clark and Brown on the Perth side of things. And Claremont's goal kickers are Williams, Hams and Ballard. On the disposal side of the ledger, Jaden Clark leads all comers with 14 disposals and 4 tackles, if you don't mind. Inferreira with 13, Gunton with 12, Giltro with 12, Elijah Williams with 11. Hit-outs led by Charlie Bedbrook of Claremont with 14. Dylan Dunlop's got 7. We will be back with the second half of this WAFL Colts contest coming at you from Revo Fitness Stadium live here. Pleasure to have your company. Enjoy the break.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell you.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell if you do.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's a wonderful day for football, and it's been wonderful football here at Revo Fitness Stadium. This EGT WAFL Colts contest is led by Perth, 6-5-41, plays 3-6-24. If you told anybody that before the start of the game, they would have looked at you a little bit funny. Perth being bottom of the ladder, Claremont been dominant all season. They have only lost once, these Claremont Tigers. They've won 5 in a row. This is on their home deck. And these Perth Demons Colts are absolutely giving them the business right now. It's been a tough effort, physical, high pressure, high tackling, and they are going at them. We will see how this second half pans out. Tap came from the ruckman Bedbrook for Claremont. Will they get the first clearance of this second half? It looks like they may through Owens. He pinches a little bit off the kick. Nicely done. Mark taken by Giltro, who sends it inside the 50 to Edwards. And Edwards may be a little too far out to score. His eyes are darting and looks short, unselfishly so. Gets a little chiseler over to Sam Gallagher. So Gallagher will kick this from about 45 metres out. We'll need to give it a decent ride to give Claremont an ideal start to this second half. He is going to back himself in. He's pulled the socks up, lining up to cut the margin to 11 points. Gallagher sets it up high. It's hit the post. Was looking good off the boot, but they get away with one for now, Perth. So 6-5-41. Plays 3-6-24. Long one down the line. Underneath it, setting himself up well there, Bedbrook. Bedbrook veers left into the pocket. Nearly an excellent mark there by Edwards. He's tackled. Guess who? Adrian Carls. He's had a few cuddles in this one, and they're paying holding the ball. Hands it out. And they go further down the line there, Perth. Kick was an absolute shocker, veering far over the fence, not just the boundary line. It'll be brought back into play by Toby Hewitt. Gets an assist from one of our fans. So Hewitt scanning what's ahead of him. Desperately looking for a free man. He does go short to the lead. Just cleared him over the top of the head. Gunton with a little handball. They're under pressure again early in this third term rather. Perth. Nice mark taken by Tyrone Hart, who's kicked a goal already in this one. Tyrone Hart, he's been busy in attacking 50, applying a lot of pressure. He'll get on the end of this one as well. So Hart with a little wobbler inside the 50. Running onto it here is Jaden Clark. He had company and a teammate in Barr. Barr picks it up, wheels round to his left. He's going to have a shot, Barr. He's going to kick a sausage roll. No, he's hit the post as well. Poster up the left. Poster up the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. 3-7-25 plays 6-6-42. Hot start to this third term here at Revo, ladies and gentlemen. Armstrong with the mark. He goes short. Now Gallagher. And they've done this consistently all throughout the game. They've opted to go with the switch and just take these uncontested marks when available. Claremont, Williams. Nice one. Over to Bin Swanee, looking to insert himself a little bit more into this game, into the second half. Didn't have a lot of the footy in quarters 1 and 2. That'll be a free kick. Tried to take the advantage, but thought better of it, did Braun. Here's Bedbrook, the big fella. Bin Swanee's coming to the bench just as I'm gassing him up, and he looks a little bit sore. We'll keep an eye on that. Bedbrook goes long down the line to his opposing big man in Dylan Dunlop. Good mark, but a shocking kick, and they could go quickly here. Claremont, Tyson Edwards, right at the centre half forward position, goes short unselfishly. Has to take it on the half volley. Does so, Ballard, sells a bit of candy. Goes over the top to Edwards. Edwards snaps on goal. Tyson Edwards! They are turning it on early in this second term, Claremont. Tyson Edwards. Fantastic snap round the body. He was a smooth mover at ground level. And that's his first of this contest. Just under 5 minutes gone. And the margin is cut now to 11 points. So back to the middle we go. Things certainly seeming to be going in Claremont's direction very early into this second half. It may have been a matter of not if but when they decided to turn on the clean skills. They were inaccurate by foot all throughout that opening half. Pentony on the near side wing. Pentony goes long and high to the hot spot inside 50, but well manoeuvred in the air. Ryan Sheridan came off his man and took the intercept mark high above his head. Just his second disposal so far, Ryan Sheridan, but he's kept his man quiet. Claremont again moving it back inside 50. Handball in heavy traffic from Toby Hewitt. Clean bowls. Couple of players at the bottom of the contest there, and they're working it out. Nope, not as far as they would have liked to there. Bow escorts it over the boundary line, but he's been paid a high free kick. Toby Hewitt just slipped over the collarbone. So Harvey Bow right in front of our broadcast position here. Beautiful shot from our camera operator at front row screens. Further down the line, couldn't take the mark over the top of their heads. And nice tackle from Mason Barr. Big boys go at it, grab directly out of the ruck, Charlie Bedbrook. He got a handball out to Hams. Hams sends it further towards the centre square. Blakeney got a handball away, but gang tackled in the middle was Giltro. And that tackling pressure has been there all morning from these Perth boys. And that'll unfortunately be a lasso. Couldn't keep it within the grasp of Aidan Clark, and the free kick go to Armstrong for Claremont. He goes short. Over to Edwards. Edwards with a long and high one to the contest. Nearly a big mark over the top. Trovarello working in tight. Little high one, nearly to Giltro again, finding himself at the base of the pack on a few of these. Armstrong. Kick smothered and gathered by Fulton. Fulton sends it towards the 50, but as he's done all day, Harry Prentice grabs it out of the air and sends it back from whence it came. Nice little spin out of there by Armstrong. Armstrong now on the wing, gets it over to Hewitt. He lost it, shrugged off the tackle, got it again. Well played, young man. Trovarello, now Edwards. Edwards sending it inside 50. Who's he got on the end of this kick? It's a contest. Falling off of his feet there, but now Braun, can he get the kick away? No, he got the handball away. The handball came to Ballard, and the snap came from Christensen. They've snagged two in a row here, Claremont, and the big man, Reagan Christensen, their leading goal kicker so far. That is his 11th goal of the season at my count. So now 5-7-37, play 6-6-42. They're within one straight kick now, the Tigers. They're pegging this margin back, and their big key forward, Reagan Christensen, now 11 goals in season 2026. Back into the middle. Bedbrook's been working hard in the ruck all day. He had Greg O'Connor there for company. The knees clashed like a jousting knight. In Ferreira. Span through heavy traffic, couldn't get it out to his opposing number 28 in Jesse Owens, who sends it high and long down the line over the head of Cooper Edwards. He's got a man over the top if he wants him. Opts to go a little chiseler inside the 50 instead. They work it out, Perth, or no, they do not. Again, an easy unforced error interception. Handball over to Doyle. Doyle up to the goal square. There's big Reagan again off the deck. Reagan Christensen. The little soccer kick off the ground. Harry Kuehl areas, you might say, off the deck here at Revo Fitness Stadium. He's got World Cup fever, the big man. Little dinky kick. Not the most graceful soccer in the world, but they don't ask how, they ask how many, and he's got his second, 2 in a row, in fact, for the big man, and they've gained the lead, Claremont. 6-7-43, plays 6-6-42. 3 majors in a row for these Tigers, and it's one-way traffic here in the second half. Can Perth respond? Tap over the top from Greg O'Connor in the ruck. Handball out by Bedbrook, and now running onto it Gallagher. He got a handball away, or received it rather, sent it further inside 50, looking for the big man Christensen again, couldn't find him. Taken by Perth at full back. Nice little body work there by Toby Hewitt. Umpire said nothing doing, was just a good shove in the side. Hewitt sends it laterally towards the corridor side of centre half forward, and another intercept mark taken by Perth. Can they manufacture something off of half back here? They've been hemmed in this third term by the Claremont press, and they are forced to kick to a contest again. They've got representation at the back. Hewitt got the handball out to Williams. Williams back to Prentice. Further up the ground than usual. Prentice goes to the one-on-one. At the fall of this ball is Bedbrook. Little handball over to Edwards. Edwards again. Edwards again. He's everywhere, Tyson Edwards. Been involved in a few of these scores, and that's his first major of this contest, and they are turning it on, these Claremont Tigers. 7-7-49. Plays 6-6-41. It is a goal fest here at Revo. Forgive me, that is his second goal of this contest, Tyson Edwards. We go back into the middle. Absolutely dominant areas for Claremont at the minute. Umpire says clear out, boys. Lovely hand movements from our man in the green there. An infringement's been spotted by the non-officiating umpire for holding, I believe, and it will go the way of Gallagher. They cannot put a foot right at the moment, Perth. Gallagher sells a bit of candy, sends it inside 50. They bit the candy. It went further up to the hot spot. Flying over the top was Parker, couldn't take it. Now they work it out, Perth through South. Off to the left half-back flank now. They've got a man running on. They find him. It's Barr. Wasting no time. Barr sends it further down the flank. Nice contest and had to just keep it in front of him, Campbell Brown. Kobe Ryan fell on hands and knees and lost the football. Clark, little handball over the top. Had too much on it for Campbell Brown. There has been an infringement, and I think that is a free kick going the way of Perth. So Campbell Brown, he should be within scoring distance here, the big man, and gee, they need this, Perth, just to get some control back into this game. They've barely been inside 50 in the past 10 minutes. It's been goal, goal, goal up the other end, all Claremont. And Campbell Brown, he'll need to kick this just inside the 50. Big left boot of Brown goes off to the right-hand side for a minor score. So an even 6 points is the margin here as Williams lines up to take the kick out for Claremont. And all of a sudden, this game feels a little bit different now, doesn't it? The class of Claremont, the smooth moving, the clean skills are starting to come to the fore. Giltro involved in a handball chain to send it further down the line, but only as far as this Perth defence, who has held up well throughout the day. Little chip inside 50. Picked off, however, by Binswani. Binswani goes up the corridor, a bit risky, and now they're on with the handball received to Trovarello. Cooper Trovarello striding through the middle of Revo Fitness Stadium, sending it further inside. It's a good kick to the advantage of his teammate, who has a snap towards the hot spot of the goal square, looking for big Reagan Christensen. That was almost a mark taken down and hit the deck, and it will be a ball up. Again, what a run through the middle by Cooper Trovarello. Exciting to see. Doing the ruck work there, Hams. Tackle applied by Zy Parker. Can they get another shot on goal here? They do, and it's off to the right-hand side. Didn't even see who got that kick away, it was so quick. But a minor score for the Tigers. Could be a handy point, bringing it up to a 7-point margin. You never know how this margin's going to pan out once we come to the pointy end of the fourth term. They're opting to go around that far side of the ground again, though, here, Perth. Richardson. Over the back, Binswani got a hand to it. Doyle keeps it in play. Sending it onto the chest of Armstrong. Fortuitous bounce in the end and just fell into the breadbasket. Armstrong sends it towards the pocket. Think that's Big Reagan underneath the footy. No, in fact, it's Blakeney, the other key forward for Claremont. Smothered and off the chest of Giltro. It goes out of bounds. Out of the ruck there, Dunlop, and they clear it out of their back 50 Perth for the time being. Clark was tackled. Little handball over the top from Braun. He finds Williams on the outlet. It was a beautiful handball. Nearly the mark taken under a bit of duress as the Perth boys come for support. Foot race to get to this one on the ground. Tapping to keep it in front of him, Edwards. Edwards somehow got a kick towards the square. That might be another soccer goal from Claremont. It was Hams who threw a boot at it. It would have been quite spectacular if it did go through. But another point, and they're just starting to pepper these goals. Claremont, it's still well within reach for Perth, but you can feel it starting to go the other way. This scoreboard pressure, they've barely been up the other end. Handball out of the pack by Gunton. Couldn't find a teammate. That one did for Claremont, however. Wybrow has hooked the kick quite badly and it goes through for a point. So they're getting away with it a bit here, Perth. Few behinds in a row. This margin could easily be 20-odd points right now, but they just can't keep their accuracy in front of the big sticks at this left end of the ground. Can Claremont? 7-9-51, plays 6-7-43. At the back, couldn't take a hold of the mark in Ferreira. He's wrapped up and set upon by Williams, and it'll be a stoppage. And they'll take that, Perth, at this area of the ground. At least it's out of their back 50. Could have been a holding free kick after the ruck contest. Umpire said nothing doing. Pentony kicked it very left. It did not have a left boot, and those two boys have run into the fence with a bit of gusto. But Blakeney's okay. He looked to cop a bit of fence to the chest. Now Gunton doesn't like what he sees ahead of him. He's going to go the safe exit, long and high, Finn Gunton. But good reading of the ball underneath it was Williams. He's had a much better second half so far, Williams. His first quarter was a little bit shaky, kicking-wise. That one was sort of to the advantage, but South got a fist in there. There's Kobe Ryan picking it off for Perth off of half-back. Little chipper out to the wing, Gallagher. Gallagher to Williams, had to take it on the bounce, slipping over, trying to go back to his teammate in Gunton. And now they go again, Claremont. Giltro over the top to Edwards. Wasting no time. Little left foot darter. Doesn't find a teammate. This is an absolute hospital kick to the middle of the ground. Good luck marking that. The luck was taken, however, by Bedbrook. the big boy, was just too large. Sending it inside 50 now, and it's a bit of aerial ping pong between the two sides. Lohman intercepts for Perth. Now South at centre half back. South going long, looking for the lead of Campbell Brown. It clears both of them, and did they get a touch onto it? I think it might have ricocheted off hands. It did. We'll have a boundary throw in. But just over 5 minutes remaining in this third term, which has been dominated by the Claremont Tigers Colts. Pleasure to have your company if you are watching here at Revo Fitness Stadium. Been an entertaining game. Jesse Owens sends it to half forward. Another intercept mark. For Perth back there, gets it to Gunton. It was Richardson in the bleach blonde hair taking that mark. They go back to go forward. Can they work a switch here? They seem to have one short one on in Workman. Opting to stay at half back for now, off the flank. A little bit of rebound handball action and taking a bit of territory. But again, that's why they were hesitant. Bedbrook was waiting. No one manning up these Claremont defenders off of half back. Little handball off to Binswani. Binswani again to the middle of the ground. Nice kick to Owens. Owens goes short, didn't like what he had in front of him and was just caught in two minds about it. Fulton got the handball out to his teammate, and now they work it again, Perth. Harvey Bowe. And now another inside 50 for Perth. Who's there? Underneath it, Pentony. It bounced a bit too much for him. Jaden Clark goes one way, then the other. Bamboozled even his own teammates. And what a goal! What a massive kick off of the boundary line. Miraculous goal from Campbell Brown. I cannot believe he's kicked this or even had the attempt. Looked like a floater off of the boot. And somehow that has sailed through for a major, and they are back within 3 points. Campbell Brown, take a bow. So 2 minutes, 30 seconds and change remaining in this third term. A 3-point margin here at Revo. This is on a knife's edge heading into the last term. Not a great kick from Dylan Dunlop, but it did get a few metres on the bounce. Binswani picks it up off the deck. He's tackled. Here they go again, Perth. They've got time for perhaps one more. It's a nice kick, bouncing off the hands, however. Got to get there, Harry Prentice. Did well to keep it in front of him. The ball bounces to Greg O'Connor. Big Greg with a big looping handball towards the goal square. Back to Greg O'Connor again. Big Greg, handball off to Finn Gunton. Gunton! Slots it through and they've got the lead back, Perth. Scintillating football, and the big ruckman Greg O'Connor gets the goal assist. Did well. Did my man Big Greg. The little check side kick from Gunton. They are back in business, the Demons. And what a game of footy we are being treated to here at Revo Fitness Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. I thought there was no scoring left in the term. I could be wrong if I say it again. We've got a minute 20-ish on the clock. 55 plays 52. These Perth Demons are not going to go down without a fight. The comeback has been on all quarter from Claremont. And a couple of goals in a row now for the Demons. Dunlop's done well in the ruck, just got a big fist out of there. Handball was picked off, however, and it could be coming back with interest the other way. Owens sends it inside the hot spot for Claremont. It's drifting towards the pocket. Chasing him to lay the tackle and laid a bit of a hit after was Blakeney. Now towards the outer side wing. Big hit came towards Kabelka. He got the handball away anyway. Jaden Clark is run down, holding the ball you'd think, apparently not. Handball was deemed legal by the umpire. Long high ball down. Bin Swaney didn't want to sit in the hole. I don't particularly blame him. Campbell Brown got the handball off to Edgelow. Edgelow gets it over to Workman. Workman inside 50. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. Big tackle laid, however. They could be on for another goal here. Perth sending it towards Fulton. Fulton's grabbed it. He's tackled well towards the top of the goal square. And we'll have a stoppage. That may be all she wrote. I don't think the umpire's going to toss this up in time. Or will he? Stranger things have happened. Will the kick beat the siren if it's going to come from anywhere? I don't think it will. The clearing one comes from Prentice. Is that out on the full? Is that out on the full? That should be a free kick. It is. It's going to be a kick after the three-quarter time siren for Jaden Clark. Prentice's kick was wayward. So Jaden Clark, how much leeway will the umpire give him if he wants to come off his line? You probably should just take the drop punt in a straight line for safety, young Jaden. To give them a handy 9-point lead going into three-quarter time. Clark. Goal umpire does not need to be bothered at all. It's the boundary umpire signalling out of bounds on the full. It was difficult, and we've got a bit of argy-bargy here. Bin Swaney's getting involved. He had a few words to say to that Claremont forward there, and they're separating. There's nothing too funny going on. I thought we were going to get a bit of spice. No, there is. It is kicking off. There's a bit of jumperies, as you see the beautiful zoom from the cameraman going in here. Just a couple of players remonstrating with each other. It is hot footy at the moment. This is going to be a banger of a fourth term coming your way here at Revo Fitness Stadium for the EGT WAFL Colts. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back for the fourth quarter.
Hey mates, ready to power up your career with EGT? As a proud sponsor of the WAFL, we're all about teamwork and training winners. With EGT, our apprenticeships in electrical trades are hands-on, so you can start working and earning faster, so you can forget the debt and dive straight into earning. Join us today and get the best of both worlds. Great training with the thrill of the game. Don't just dream about success, wire it up with EGT. Visit egt.net.au and kickstart your career.
They could have made it round.
Let's have a ball.
Instead, they made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Let's have a day. We'll do the rock. We'll do the ball. Let's have a ball. Don't tell you.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
Welcome back to Revo Fitness Stadium here in Claremont, ladies and gentlemen, for the electrical group training WAFL Colts round 10. The last quarter is about to come your way. Perth, on a good away day for them, lead by 3 points against the home side Claremont, and an upset is brewing. If Perth were to pull this off, it would only be their third win of the season. They've lost 5 in a row coming into this Perth. Claremont had won 5 in a row. Second on the ladder. They've only lost once this season, the Tigers. To allow this upset on the home deck would be surprising to say the least, ladies and gents. So as we come back to the middle, expect both teams to be going all out. It was a high-scoring third term. The game really started to open up for both teams, and we've seen some scintillating football on the deck here at Revo. So back to the middle we go. Claremont kicking to the right of your screen. Perth kicking to the left as we've got a repeat stoppage here. Wrapped up in the tackle was the Claremont player in Edwards. Taking it up off the deck in Ferreira. Laid a bump for his troubles. He's got Kabelka on the outside if he wants him, but couldn't get it out to him. And another stalemate. You could cut the tension with a knife here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the matchups across the ground. There's physical jumper punches going on everywhere. Handball received out of there to Trovarello. He got it off to Gallagher. Gallagher sends it inside 50. Nearly the mark taken by the big fella. Down forward, Dom Lohman gets it off. The kick was not great, left a bit to be desired. And now Braun charging onto it. Laser, don't argue. They couldn't get the tackle away. What a kick from Braun. However, it was dropped. The mark was dropped by Blakeney, had a bit too much sauce on it, but now it's only come out as far as Toby Hewitt, who intercepts on half forward. Hewitt wheels round onto his left and sends it to the end of this lead. That might be a holding free kick. Umpire said no. Hams was not infringed with. But yet again, they're setting up this wall here, Claremont. Giltro takes the intercept on the other side of the ground, and watch the bodies head towards the right side of your screen. It is very crowded in there at the moment, but it's a one-on-one in the goal square, and the one-on-one has been won by Oscar Hams, who takes the mark about 10 or 15 metres out on a tight angle. Had to have a couple of pieces of it on the juggle, did Hams, but did well in the match-up there against Richardson, who's done well all day, actually, Richardson. He's taken a fair few intercepts and made a few spoils of his own. So Hams looks to be going the snap round the body. Oscar Hams. It's a 3-point Claremont lead. We go back the other way, into the middle. No clear tap out there. The ball was wedged in between the two sets of hands. Now Braun gets it on the outside. We know he's got pace. Does Noah Braun. Kick was a bit of a worm burner, but it does go inside 50. Workman had to work to get it off the deck. Braun's gone down, I think, behind the play. They have been giving it to him all day. Look at the pace on the lasso kick return. No, the umpire says you've got to get on your mark there, Charlie Bedbrook. But I love the handoff from the interchange man down there. I'm not sure if that was their coach, Mark Cossum. I didn't see his face, but it was a man in a comms headset who flicked it out to him like a Benji Marshall pass. Now Gallagher works it to the far side wing. Hams. He's got a man in the middle in Williams who's begging for it. In fact, there's loose players everywhere. So all of these numbers for Perth you'd think would be inside their back 50 to stop this kick. They're not. They cannot stop the motion of Claremont. Blakeney on the end of a lead takes it on his chest, uncontested. So Blakeney will need to give this a big shoe from 45. to make this 2 in a row for his first. Blakeney. Goal umpire did not need to step a millimetre. Noah Blakeney gives this an absolute ride. Sends it home about 15 metres over the fence. So a 9-point lead now for Claremont. Is the response coming from Perth? When they're moving the ball like that and hitting their targets, Claremont, very hard to stop. They're a tight outfit. Well coached by Mark Cossum and his staff. And you saw it took them a bit to get going in that first term. The kicks weren't landing. There was a bit of miscommunication, a few sloppy turnovers. But once things started to tighten up and they've got the chemistry back, gee, it's impressive to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Into the middle and out of there, or attempted to be by Inferreira. He lost it. Trovarello got the handball off to Williams, who is wrapped up holding the ball. Kobe Ryan appealing for a 50. He's not going to get it. So Kobe Ryan says, just get underneath this one, boys. Nope, he was telling a fib. He fooled everybody, including this commentator. Got it off to Xavier Hills. Short. Mark right on the paint of 50. Don't tell me he's having a shot from here. He seems to be shaping up for it. It would need to be an absolute rocket ship off the boot here to get there. Hills runs his full measure. I think it may have been touched off the boot, and as a result, got the distance, but not quite the accuracy. It goes through for a minor score. So Williams goes short to the pocket. Dennis. Back to Williams. And they've done a lot of this uncontested mark work here, Claremont. They're happy to take the easy option if the opposition is going to give it. Gallagher, off half back, works it towards the far side wing. Nice kick, and now do they opt to move a bit quicker here, Claremont? They're still hugging the boundary line. Nice mark from Armstrong on the end of his lead. Feigned the handball to Trovarello. Instead he goes the short kick to Trovarello. Umpire said not 15, play on. Handball back to Armstrong. Panic kick away just towards the edge of the 50. Could work out for Claremont. They storm upon their man, but the tackle was high. And a free kick to Perth after absorbing a little bit of pressure. It'll come from Inferreira. Inferreira goes high to the boundary line. He's got a man on his own there in Clark. Finding the space all day was Jaden Clark. Might be opting to get the 1-2 here. Good tackle from Williams, however. Might be a dangerous tackle, it was. And that's what the rule is there for. It was two motions. Not the biggest hit onto the deck, but he did go down head first. I'm not angry at that call. Harvey Bowe sends it inside 50. Couldn't take the mark there, Carls. Shot on goal comes from Gunton. Gunton just off to the right-hand side. So they are getting some scoring opportunities here, Claremont. About 7.5 minutes gone in this last quarter. Into the pocket to Pentony. Pentony to Giltro. Now Parker. Parker's telling him to come at him. Goes the inside 45 kick, just outside the centre square, but hits the target well. Handball left a bit to be desired. Parker was on the end of it again. Now they can work it inside 50 after the handball received from the big man Christensen. Christensen goes long and high. It was juggled over by Blakeney. Handball comes out. The shot from Cooper Trovarello is a shocker. And only just scraping through for a behind from Trovarello. So they're just trading jabs here. The two sides up either end of the ground. No one can land that big right hook of a goal. 9:10:64 plays 8:9:57. Pleasure to have your company. If you're just tuning into us here on the live broadcast, you've picked a banger to tune into. We could have an upset brewing here. Perth Demons Colts have fought hard all day against the heavily favoured Claremont Tigers. Long down the line from Gunton. Big fly at the back. That mark should be paid to the man in front, Braun, and it is. And he's had a few things to say to his man on the deck there. They have been going hard at Noah Braun all day. I think that is a bit of frustration, justifiably so, coming out of the top from Braun. The kick into the centre ended up being a shocker inside 50, easily picked off. by the Perth defence. Down to the line, underneath there, Braun got a fist to it over the top, and they'll see it over the boundary line. Prentice couldn't get there in time. So inside 50 count now, 44-29 in favour of Claremont, and that is after Perth took the advantage of, I think it was about +6 at half-time in favour of Perth. So that just goes to show the territory dominance and the change in the flow of this game in favour of Claremont. But they're holding on, these Perth Demons. Handball out the back to Binswami. Binswami was set upon, over to his teammate who was taken over the boundary line, Trovarello. Throw-in comes into the big boys. Tap was looking for Binswami, but picked off by Inferreira. His kick went about 2 metres to nobody in particular. Charging through the pack, Owens did really well to find some space. Keeping it in play now, Claremont. Beautiful kick. Binswami might get on the end of this. He had to take it up off the half volley. Massive tackle. Huge tackle from Kabelka. Here's Williams though. Wheels around onto his left foot. Does well to find the target. Didn't panic. Handball was feinted and not given by Dennis. Dennis goes up to the hot spot. On the end of this is Noah Braun. Braun in the pocket. Shrugs off a tackle. Lost his footing. Braun! Excellent goal from the son of a gun, Noah Braun in the pocket. Lost his footing in the tackle here. Got up, did not panic. Feigned onto the left-hand side and snapped it straight through. And what a goal in the context of this game. It's their biggest lead of the contest so far. Claremont 10-11-71, plays 8-9-57. And it's fast becoming out of reach, you'd think, here for Perth as the seconds tick on. And the inside 50s and the scoring opportunities keep coming for Claremont. The cream is rising to the top, you might say, unless they've got a response here. What have they got in the tank, Perth? They've played excellently throughout the first 3 quarters. Can they hang on? Can they peg a couple back? And I think there's been a 666 violation. Is that a warning? I think that is the first warning for Perth. Always found it funny how they tell the ruckman directly, the umpire. They address it the ruckman, just so you know, Ruck, are you doing a 666 warning? I don't know what the ruckman's going to do about it. He's in his position, holding the football. Trovarello was wrapped up. .5 minutes remaining in this term. Edge low. Someone's been hit behind the play there. Someone has been hit behind the play. A Perth player's gone down at the top of your screen. And they've gone over to him. I did not see the hit, but I think it might have been a little bit off the ball, ladies and gentlemen. Someone could be in a spot of bother. Edwards has taken the mark off of half forward in the meantime. Sells a bit of candy. Does so successfully. Sends it to the hot spot. Who's underneath it? Is that Big Reagan? It is. No, it's not. Just a force of habit. He's been taking so many of them. It's Hams again, and he'll go up to kick his third Oscar Hams to make it a 20-point margin, extending the biggest lead of the day for Claremont. So Oscar Hams to be the first triple goal kicker of this contest. About 25 metres out on a 45-degree angle. Ham strides in. He's got the man on the mark doing as much scarecrow distraction moves as he can. Hams has cooked it. So sometimes the distraction moves do work, ladies and gentlemen, and he's having a bit of a word to him there, Dom Lohman. Now Richardson kicks it out of fullback, straight up the high diddle. Clark was underneath it. Didn't have the strength to beat his man. And his man was Jesse Owens, who is a bit of a brick you-know-what house, so he won't hold that against Aidan Clark. Back into the middle of the ground here. Anyone's football off the deck, ball in dispute, but coming out of it with the handball was Barr. He got it to Kobe Ryan, who sent it inside 50. Big pack forming underneath the ball. It spills towards the front of said pack. Tackle laid by Wybrow, and we'll have a ball up inside Perth's attacking 50. The big boys go up, grabbed out of there by Bedbrook. He finds Noah Braun on the half-back flank. Excellent kick by Braun. Now Edwards telling him to come at him. He wants a short option. They're going to give him one. Edwards' kick to Gallagher was a good one. Now Gallagher just flirting with the right half-forward flank here. Sends it long and high. Richards has got a good eye on it. Finds it off the ricocheting hands, does Richards. Braun's charged through, not found the footy in the process. Perth send it further down the line. Mark was dropped. Pouncing on him was big Greg O'Connor. He's got him in a bit of a reverse headlock, but tackle didn't start high, so nothing doing there. We'll have a ball up. Umpire tosses it up right in front of our commentary position. Big kick coming out of the pack from Gallagher. Stays inside the field of play. Great mark. Really strong mark, parking himself underneath the footy from Edwards. Edwards goes short. Mark was dropped by Big Reagan. He's tackled after he got the crumbs, and another ball up. This time inside Claremont's attacking 50. So just over 9 minutes remaining. $15-point margin in favour of the Tigers. There's still time for these Perth Demons. What's the free kick been for? Their dangerous tackle. The umpires paid a dangerous tackle inside 50. I don't think that was as cut and dry as the other ones, and there's a bit of push and shove going on off the ball here, but the free kick going to be taken by Blakeney, who's well within range to have a ping on goal here. So Blakeney's already kicked one. This will be for his second. Blakeney. Kick started right, veered to the left and might not make the distance. It just goes over the line for a point. So Richardson goes short-ish. It's a very risky kick, but that's what they're going to have to do if they're going to move the ball from end to end here south. Picked off a short one to Fulton. Fulton wasting no time. Goes to the 2-on-1 down the line. Good match-up for Perth. Handball back over the top. Finds Barr. Barr's got himself a bit of space to go with a kick in the pocket. Excellent to Inferreira. So Inferreira goes without wasting any time to Campbell Brown, who's taken the mark just outside the goal square. That's good play from Perth, working it down the wing, not wasting any time, and going to advantageous matchups across the ground. So Campbell Brown will have a shot on a bit of an angle here, but right in front of goal. He's kicked it. So they're not done fighting yet, these Demons. Margin will go back to 10 points. And it's all elementary there from Campbell Brown. So a 10-point margin. There'll be about 6:30 left on the clock by the time the umpire balls this up. 2 straight kicks will get you the lead again from a Perth Demons perspective. And do Claremont start icing this clock, or do they still play attacking footy out of the middle? Much to think about for both sides. We go up. The Rucks hit it again. Nicely done with a little grubber out of the middle there from Edgelow. He was looking for a little tap to Hills. They're working it out here, Perth. They might have another inside 50 again. The handball from Barr. Got the little 1-2 Barr, but ricocheted off his hands and couldn't hold it. And that's a throw. That is a throw. And that will be a free kick to Perth. They're delaying here. Risky business. Could have been a 50 for delay of game. They're sending it up long to the pocket. Big mark couldn't be taken by Dunlop, but Dunlop gets it again, got a kick away as he was being tackled. That almost looked like a throw to Bin Swami, but a high tackle on Bin Swami and a free kick to Claremont. Just slipping a bit high there was Hart. Bin Swami plays on. Lovely little kick in the middle. In fact, it wasn't. Is that a mark? I thought that a piece of it was grabbed by Edgelow. I thought he got first hands on that. Anyway, moving on. Elijah Dennis has taken the mark inside centre midfield. Kick not great. Had to do well to pick it up there, Blakeney, looking for a handball. He's found Braun. Braun slipped over. Done that a couple of times on this Revo Fitness Stadium turf. Someone's taken a big hit. In the meantime, Perth might be going inside 50 again. Harvey Bowe had to commit to the contest. Braun is absolutely cleaned up. That is a massive hit from Kabelka, and it's on. Got him head high. Braun is feeling it. He came in like a battering ram, and there's a few punches going on here. Bin Swami's in there with Hart. Didn't like it. We hope Braun is all right. It was well late. It was well quick. And it might have been a bit dirty, that hit. Braun is on his feet. He'll be given the free. Was an absolute rocket coming at him. There's a bit of feeling in this one, folks. We take a moment to catch our breath. Richardson with an intercept mark on the left half back flank. There's still time for Perth here. Handball received goes to Edgelow. In Ferreira, rather. He sends it to centre half forward. He's taken the mark. Has room to play on here, Mason Barr. He's gone with a little kick inside 50. Was the correct option. And Tyrone Hart has taken a mark directly in front of goal, and he'll take the set shot with about 3.5 minutes remaining on the clock. So Tyrone Hart to bring it back within one straight kick for Perth. Hart comes in. The left foot of Tyrone Hart has gotten him back into this one. He's given it to Bin Swami as well. There is a bit of feeling in this one, folks. Bin Swami's having a go at him as well. As we see the replay, a bit of right to left bend action. They separate for the time being, and oh geez, into this one, Tyrone Hart. He is having a word with anybody who will listen. He's throwing a few jumperies. He's laying a few hits. 3 minutes on the clock here at Revo Fitness Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming down to the wire. 4 points the margin. Can Claremont hang on? Can Perth complete the upset of the year in this electrical group training WAFL Colts season? We go back to the middle. The big fella's going at it. Bedbrook for Perth gets the tap down, although it came straight down on the back end of his legs. Tackle laid, and we'll have another stoppage. Big Greg O'Connor, lucky not to give away a holding free kick there. 2 minutes 22 on the clock. Could be holding the ball. Umpire says it is. Free kick going the way of the Demons. He doesn't want to give it up. There's my man, Big Greg. He's had a ripper day out, Greg O'Connor. Sends it long and high. Not looking to reinvent the wheel here. Just get it out, son. Mark was taken almost by Harvey Bowe, but he caught one in the breadbasket. Handball out of there is picked off by Claremont. Doing well to get it out, Kieran Doyle. Sends it to a one-on-one down the line. Great mark. Tyson Edwards. And he's found a man on the outer side wing. Will the bounce favour him? Has to wait a little bit for it to sit there. Does Noah Blakeney. Blakeney's running down the line. He's seen a man leading towards the pocket. Couldn't take the mark. Reagan Christensen. And it'll be a boundary throw in, but the clock continues to run. 1 minute 30 and change. They are running out of time here, Perth. They'll need to move it coast to coast very quickly if they've got a chance here. Umpire tosses it in. Almost a next goal win scenario if there is a goal left in this contest at all. They find a way to get it out there, Perth. It's a bit of a grubber kick, but taken. The intercept mark is Giltro. He says, settle down, boys. I think that might be all she wrote. I think the fat lady's starting to walk in the door, warming up the vocal cords to sing. Giltro sends it up long and high. 1 minute left on the clock. They got in each other's way, the two Perth Demons defenders. Shot on goal comes from Noah Blakeney. That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. Check side from the pocket, Blakeney. That is all she wrote. The dagger. And what a dagger it was. As we see on the replay, Perth just getting in each other's way a little bit. Off a step, grabs it within a millisecond. It's spinning through the big sticks. And a 10-point margin may be the final margin of this game. I don't think we're going to get much time to get any sort of clearance out of this. Not that it will matter anyway. 2 straight kicks is what's needed. So what a win this is going to be for the Claremont Tigers. Perth have asked them a few questions. They've come at them all day. And a mature outfit. The cream rising to the top here at Revo Fitness Stadium. The umpire will go through the motions of putting this ball up. But there's the siren, and what a win. What a game of football. Had a bit of everything. Goals, points, fights, jumperies. Couple of big marks. Couple of massive check side goals. Just a really good game of football by both sides here, and good sportsmanship from a couple of boys who were getting into each other all across the ground throughout this contest. What a game of football you've been treated to, ladies and gentlemen. The final score, 10-9-79, plays 11-13-79, plays 10-9-69 as I catch my breath. The goal scorers in this one, 2 goals apiece for Claremont to Blakeney, Christensen, Edwards, Hams, singles to Ballard, Braun and Williams. On the Perth side of things, 3 goals to Brown, 2 goals each to Gunton and Hart, single goals to Clark, Bolton and Inferreira. We go to the players' statistics side of things. Charlie Bedbrook, the big boy, had the most disposals for Claremont with 26. For Perth, 26 disposals apiece to Finn Gunton and Kyle Inferreira. It's been an absolute pleasure to have your company on this call. My name's Ben Henry. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have bringing it to you. Thanks again to the Front Row Screens team on all the production sides of things, the cameras, the vision switching, the audio. They do a fantastic job. You have a lovely rest of your Saturday, ladies and gentlemen.